Hey, have you ever sat in an office chair? Well, of course you have. And if you've sat in one at home on carpet, you probably know they don't roll so well. So what do? You go down to the old office supply store, buy you one of them big pieces of plastic, stick it on the floor, you roll on it, and hey, it works great, you know. Then about a year later, a year and a half later, it starts cracking, right? We've all been there, and pretty soon it looks like this. I just took this out of my office about a week ago. I've bought so many of these, I decided, you know what, it's time to fix this once and for all. And hey, why not share a video with you guys? So I'm going to show you how to build a permanent chair pad if you've got a carpeted floor that's going to last you forever and work so much better. We're going to show you that right after this. Hey, welcome back to that Kilted Guy videos. Here today we're going to teach you how to make a chair pad. No, this isn't it. We're going to show you how to make a pad for under your chair on your carpeted floor. And yeah, today I'm not wearing my kilt. I actually have on shorts today. I do vary once in a while. But what we're going to do is teach you how to build something really cool. So get your sunglasses out, roll your sleeves up. Let's go back to the fit. Oh, no, we don't have to do all that stuff. Hey, you can roll your sleeves up if you want. But no, we're going to show you how to build a chair pad that's going to last you forever. So, hey, I'm doing it the cool way. So what we're going to do is we're going to build this out of laminate flooring. Now, I know you've all seen this. This is just your standard laminate flooring you can buy and put anywhere. And what you want to do is go buy you about a box of it. This one said it covers about 20 square feet. So what we're going to do is make a pad that's 4 foot by about 5 foot. And we're going to make it out of one that we picked up at a recycling store, Habitat, for $10 for this whole box. So between the sheet and everything, we're going to have less than $20 in it. And last time I looked, those plastic pieces of crap, I think they run about $30 or $40 or more. It's ridiculous what they cost for how long they last. Now this is going to take you a little bit of time, but it's really not that bad. So I've already got a start on this, so let me show you what I started out with. First thing I did was I took all these pieces and I cut the ends off, because normally they have, oops, I didn't cut them all off, did I? I missed one. I thought I cut them all off. Anyway, we're going to cut that end off too. They normally have this grooved end so that you can put them end to end and side to side, right? So you want to go through and cut those off. So let's see if I can show you that up close. That's the uncut, and there is the cut. So I just took off the bare minimum, and that left me with pretty close to 4 feet. It was a little bit less. So then what I did is I figured out how that was going to fit on my sheet of OSB here. And you can use plywood, whatever you have. So then what I did is I went and ripped this down to the width of these. But basically, you just measure this, cut it down, so it's just, I made mine a little bit narrower than this. I'll show you why in a minute. And then I went ahead and I stuck a few of these together just to see how they go together. And you can see once they're together pretty solid. And that's because of the way these interlock together. And I'll show you that here in a minute too. Now what we're going to do on this design is I decided I'm going to trim the outer edge here with some corner trim, and I'm going to make my own. This is just a mock-up I cut out of some 2x2. Actually it was 2x6, but I have some 1-inch thick oak that I'm going to use for this. It's from an old job I did, and it's a solid 1 inch thick. So I took this one and basically made it an inch thick this way, and then we're gonna make it about this thick here. So I took it over, and you can see the profile I got on here. I just cut a notch out of it with my table saw by cutting to that depth and then cutting that out. You could do this with a joiner, a dado head, whatever you've got, but you cut that out. And then when I get this all on here, I'm basically going to trim it out like that. Let's see if it's, make sure this is showing in the video here. Sometimes it's hard for me to see what's on camera here. So I'll show you the final result up close. So don't worry, you're gonna get a good look at it. But basically this is just going to drop over the edge and trim this out. And I'll make, the oak piece is gonna have very square corners, but I'm gonna round it off a little so that if I roll my chair over to it and I hit this, it's not got this really sharp edge. It might chew up my wheels, it might cause me problems. Then I think it'll look better if I just soften this edge. I'm not really sure yet if I'm going to sand it, route it, what I'll do, but this one already has that kind of a softer edge, so we're going to do something similar to that. So after you get all the ends cut off your boards, you basically go through and just start attaching them together. Okay, now you'd probably do this on the floor or maybe a big workbench. I'm doing it on this easel where I show you guys a lot of things because I think it's the easiest way for me to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this board up here on the end, and that'll act as a backstop, and we kind of need that, and I'll show you why. Okay, now the purpose of this is so that we can push this over to it, and as we attach these together, we have something to tap on because you have to tap these together. Okay, so if you look at laminate flooring, you can see it has two different edges. See, this one is different than this, so you line up all these similar edges. So I've lined all mine up down here, and then this is, I'm going to call it the big edge. It's the wider edge, and this is the narrow edge. So the two go together. We just want to line these up fairly close, kind of roughly put it in, and you see how it doesn't quite sit down. See, I can fit my finger in behind there. That's because it needs to be tapped together. So take you like a 1x and put it right against this edge here, not this one. You don't want to damage this one. So put it against the finished edge and just tap it into place. Make sure you can see all that. And you see as it snaps together, it lays down. So now it's locked in there. If you were to pick this up like I did a minute ago, it'll just hold together. You can snap them back apart, but you might do some damage. So now we're just going to go ahead and put all these pieces on here, and then we'll go to the next step. Cue music. but I sit back down your face, sneakers. Okay, as you can see, I've pretty much got this wrapped up. I got one piece left to attach here, and I can't really do that while it's here, so I'm going to take it off here and attach it. But the rest of these are cut like I showed you, and then what I did is I rolled them over the edge and put what I used is this Gorilla construction adhesive all in this inside angle here, so that glues it to here. And then I went around with a finish nailer and just nailed it. I still have a few things to tighten up. Once I get it off of here, but basically that's it. Let's go see how it works in the house. Well, hey, it worked good. Got it on the floor. Chair rolls like it's on ice now. Of course, I did put these are some custom wheels you can order off Amazon. They're actually like roller skate wheels, so it rolls really nice. And on this hard floor, things not giving, it's not sagging. I think this is going to last me a long time. And you know how much I spent on this? I picked up the flooring at Habitat for Humanity, so it cost me 10 bucks. The sheet of OSB, I didn't even use it all, so let's say 8 bucks. We got less than 20 bucks into this. The oak was some leftover that I had. If you went and bought that, you might have 30 bucks into this project, and it's going to last a long time. I hope when we move next, we're going to have a office with a hard floor in it, but until then, this is going to last me as long as I need to be here. So if you guys need a good chair pad, consider building your own like this. It's not all that overly hard. The hardest part was trimming out these corners, and just remember, the main secret for this is put lots of glue, lots of construction adhesive. So if you roll your chair over and your wheels hit that edge, it's not going to tear it loose. But I think this thing's going to last a long time. Let me know what you guys think. You think it's worth it? And if you got any other ideas how you could modify it, maybe you might want to make it a little bit different shape or something, let me know in the comments. But give me some comments, some feedback. What do you guys think? Was this a worthy project? Well, I hope it was. And if it was, a little thumbs up would be appreciated. By the way, did I mention we got a Patreon channel? I don't remember if I did. If I didn't, come over and check us out. It's in the description down below. I'm going to put some links down there too, where you can find some things that might be helpful to you. We're going to have a website soon. We'll have that going there. But come check us out on Patreon. I'm going to release these videos early on Patreon, and I'm going to start putting articles and printable documents for step-by-step instructions on how to do some of these projects. So it'll be printable, showing you what steps we took, what tools we used, what materials we used. It'll help you guys out. Come check us out, and I'll see you over there. But until next time, we'll catch you on the next video. You guys take care.